It's hard to believe that some of these verses were written over thousands of years ago, but you'll see that the 5 verses we're discussing from the Book of Proverbs has information, wisdom, and principles that can guide you to your best life today. Let's discuss the first verse now. Proverb 14:23. In all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. I have to believe that there are some things that you want to do. Maybe it's to get in shape. Maybe it's to go back to school, start your own business. I don't know what it is. It's something though. And for me, it was with this video. For probably over a month now, I've wanted to make a new video on this series because I love this book so much. It's provided so much value to me. But I just like to talk about it and dream about it. But actually sitting down to put the music and all these graphics when I'm not very tech savvy, it's too much work. But when I come across this verse, I realize that if I keep talking, and if you keep talking, that you're never going to have a profit for what you want to do in your life. Proverb 14:29. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. If you're not careful, when you're in an angry state, you may say something or do something you'll regret for the rest of your life. The key in these moments that you're over emotional is to slow down and try to process what's happening to you with a clear head. And that comes from asking questions. One example could be when someone insults you. Someone has said something hurtful to you. Maybe they called you an idiot, called you a loser, whatever it is. And everything in you out of this anger and this hurt is to lash out at the other person. But this is when it's time to slow down and to have more compassion. To ask, is it possible what this person has said to me has nothing to do with me? And maybe something to do what someone said to them? Absolutely. If you're feeling great about yourself, you have no need to tear someone down. Proverbs 22:9. Whoever has a bountiful eye will be blessed, for he shares his bread with the poor. Let's say you're going to a party and you're experiencing a lot of anxiety because you're worrying what people think of you and if they'll like you. The way you could get rid of this anxiety is to have a bountiful eye. What if you were to go to that party not to get acceptance or have anyone like you, but to give, to share what you have? That's what a bountiful eye is. It's generous, it's giving. It's going into that party and saying, not what do they think of me, what am I going to get out of this, but who can I encourage, who can I help? You see, the verse poor is not necessarily just finances, but people poor in their spirits, poor in hope, poor in friendship, poor in love. And if you have that bountiful eye, looking for other people and how to bless them, you yourself will be blessed. Proverbs 25:4. Take away the dross from silver, and the smith has material for a vessel. If you're like me, you're wondering, what is dross? Those are impurities in the silver that diminish the value. In this verse, look at the silver as your heart and the smith as God. Our key should be to remove the dross, to remove the impurities in our heart. Jealousy, anger, bitterness, resentment, selfish ambition, you name it, all these qualities that God doesn't approve of. And as we work to remove these qualities from our heart, we have a vessel that God can use to work through. In Proverbs 25:14, like clouds and wind without rain is a man who boasts of a gift he does not give. What comes to mind is when I was in 11th grade in a medical terminology class. The class had 7 pretty girls and myself. I walked into class one period, it was Valentine's Day, and I told all those girls, look, I wanted to give you a rose, but I just didn't have the money. And they all thought I was so sweet. I thought I was such a great guy. But when I come across this verse, I realized I was like a cloud without rain. I was boasting about a gift I did not give. So be very careful with everything that you say, everything that you commit to doing, because if you don't do it, it's like an empty cloud with no rain, with no potential to help anyone grow. There you have it, 5 proverbs that could increase your wisdom in life. I would suggest you read the book yourself because there's going to be verses that speak to you directly that I don't share on this series. This is your friend Michael. Thank you for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.